Yo, what is up, guys? I'm back with another devlog, and I know it's been like over a month since the last one, but I've done a lot to the game. Now, I know in the last episode, or in the last devlog, I said this. I'm probably gonna try to get one of these videos out every day, maybe every other day, I don't know. I did not follow through with that. It has been over a month. But I've put out a few videos, like time lapses here and there, just because I was just focusing on making the game. So let's actually hop into the game and I can kind of show you guys all of the progress I've made here, right? So you can see we're on an airship, right? We've got sound, which I've added today. I've been working on sound a lot today, like footstep sounds and adding all the other sounds of the game. If I jump, we can see it's got cool physics. You can actually fly this thing around by grabbing these little sliders here. And man, this system of like this little grabby system, it is so good. It is so much better than the one in the last game. It works super smartly. That's a word. Oh, I fell. But I've just been doing a whole bunch of modeling since the last one. Like I'm pretty sure the last devlog that there literally weren't even any buildings. It was just this path. But like we've got people here. I didn't model the people. I bought a pack for people because I just cannot model people. Ignore this animation here. He's just using inverse kinematics here. Because I'm using final IK for like how he stands. But this is just temporary. I just wanted to have him doing something while I made the rest of the game, right? So, oh, can you guys hear that? That's the scales, the sky wells, the scales. So those are pretty cool. Those are gonna be brought into the lore as well eventually, right? We've got this little farm building here. I still need to decorate the interior of it. Haven't got around to that. We've got the blacksmith over here. The only person in the town is the butcher, but I'm not gonna add any more people until to like get the kind of AI system into the game because that's gonna be a pretty important thing. And a pretty big thing to tackle, right? So we've got an airship. We've got all of this. Oh, you saw that? You saw that wind? Wait for it. There's a full wind system in the game as well. Oh, there's some wind there. Basically, there is actual wind like there's a wind direction and there's wind strength around the map, and it's always changing. Um, the wind sound even gets higher pitched whenever there's more wind. That's something I just did. You can see they're all flowing that way. But if we wait a few seconds, and if the wind is strong enough, these appear, right? So we've got pretty strong wind. This windmill's spinning at a decent speed, which is also dependent on the wind system. You can see it's starting to slow down because it's kind of getting less windy. So this is going to affect you moving around in your airship, driving your airship around, right? Or flying it around. It doesn't affect you yet, but it should and it will, hopefully. I still need to make these berries pickable. And about these berries, I've actually got an inventory system, and these are called Runto berries, right? I'm kind of getting a lot of lore situated. Aradel being the entire map, like all of the islands that are going to be in the game, I'm going to be calling this Aradel. I just think it's a really cool name. Just used a random generator, and that's what I came up with. But Cloud in the Bottle didn't steal that idea or anything, double jump. This is going to be a utility. I don't have an image for it yet, so I just took a temporary image. It's a sign over here. But you can kind of move these things around, swap them around, split with right click. You actually get the greater stack, so there was 5 there. So if I move them, I'll get the 3. So you can continue to split them out faster. I found that was the better way of doing it. And yeah, this inventory system's pretty sweet. So now I kind of just need to make the utilities work, be able to make the hotbar work. Haven't got around to that. This right here, these little crystals here, these are Ioblite. This is unstable Ioblite. These are basically crystals that provide power, right? So this is stabilized Ioblite, which is what you would use to power things, right? Like things that take a lot of power, like the airship, for example. If we go over here and look at the airship, you can see there's a piece of Ioblite in here. That system's not set up yet, but it will be. So we have like the helium pumps here. We have the helium generator here, which kind of sucks up air, makes helium. And then we've got the we've got the kind of rudder back here, the propellers in the back, which do kind of spin depending on how fast you're going, which is also pretty cool. Let's go and stop this thing. But we can also go up and down. So we set the set altitude, and the current altitude will reach the set altitude. I'm really happy with these little flippy thingies because the way they work is beautiful, honestly. And you can see it actually lets the helium out of the pumps, and you can see it visually leaving the pumps when you descend, which is another really cool touch, right? So I do want to show you guys real quick these little flippy thingies. It actually spins like it's so cool. It spins to the number. It's really cool. But got the speedometer there. You guys saw that working. All of the physics on the airship are pretty cool. So I need to start building up the rest of this village now. It's a little sus, but need to start building up the rest of the village, get it going. So that'll be pretty cool. But let me go ahead and pull up something. Give me 1 second. Let me go over here. I probably should have already had this pulled up, but I didn't. Give me 1 second. I need to open this with code. I need to run this. I can show you guys some of the lore behind the game here, right? We go over here. This would load. See, I don't really want to do too many cuts in this video. It's not gonna be a relatively long video. I just want to kind of update you guys on what the game is looking like. So this is a little planning program I wrote right before I started making the game, just to kind of plan stuff out. But here is a lot of planning that went into this. Here's a image that inspired the game. You can see it's very inspired by that, right? But we've got this island here is called Skeldrake Island. It's home to Skeldrake Village, and they're known for their Skelfin soup. Now, all that's not really reflected in the game yet, but it will be. I had to plan out how the airships are going to work. You're going to have a wrench that you can repair stuff on the airship. Runto berries, primary ingredient, and weak health potions. Aradel. I just came up with this, right? Not too long ago. And then we've got Ioblight here. You can kind of read through some of this if you would like. I'll kind of scroll around so you guys can kind of see some of the random stuff that I've put on this. Yeah. So, I mean, that's kind of it. I mean, I've kind of caught you guys up. I've done quite a bit of work, but it's easy to show it all pretty fast, right? A lot of modeling has been done. A lot of programming has been done. I guess I could show you guys the way the inventory works is really cool. I'm pretty proud of this, right? I need to clean this up. I've tried to organize it, but there's so many things here. It's hard to keep it organized. You know what I'm saying? If we go into scripts and we go into okay, it's not gonna be in here. Where is it gonna be at? It should be. Oh, items right here. So we've got consumable here. We've got the Runto berry. So I actually literally just have a scriptable object where I can tell if it's stackable. Things stack up to a max stack of 10 always. It's going to be always like that for every item just to keep it less confusing, right? We can set the type of item, the description of it, and then give it a color. That's what shows up in the inventory when you hover over it, right? And we've also got the cloud in the bottle where I'll literally just change the image here and it'll be good to go. And then this is just where I'm going to put images at. It's whatever. Now, something I did today was make the footstep sounds dependent on what you're walking on. And man, was it not fun. So the way my game works is this entire island here is one material. This material being just UV mapped, just this UV mapped grid. It's literally just this grid here with everything UV mapped. So I can't just say, all right, what material are you standing on? Because you're standing on a material that houses all of these different colors, right? So I literally had to write something that would allow me to differentiate each one of these squares in these images with a footstep sound. So that's what I ended up doing, and it actually works really well. If we go down here to footsteps, we've got the nature grid, which is using like leaves and bushes and grass and stuff like that. And I've kind of just like marked out some of these squares what you would be standing on. Then we've got the object grid, and then we've got the terrain grid. So it wasn't fun, but it's how I had to do it. But there's also, it was even more complicated than that, because some things like this dock here is too bumpy. So I didn't use a mesh collider. So if the raycast that shoots down to figure out what you're standing on or like what the UV coordinates are, it's not going to be able to get to this mesh renderer because there's no mesh collider on it, right? So I've also had to go and make, inside of the properties here, which kind of help you determine if you're on the airship or not. Inside of here, I've also added a footstep type. So if my script sees properties, like something with properties on it that has a footstep type, then it knows that that's what you're standing on. So I've also had to make a little override for that. So like the floors in here, they don't have collision. You're just walking on the ground, because it's flat and it feels normal. If this did have collision, you'd be like really bumpy going through here. So stuff like that. But I guess that's kind of it. Let's hop back in so you guys can hear the amazing sounds. It's just added so much to the game because I just added sounds today, and I've been working with a silent game for a while. Hearing the wind, hearing the footstep sounds, and hearing the scales is awesome. Streamer mode's just on, and that still made a noise. See, they make a noise every 15 to 60 seconds. Oh. So that just sounds like it's so far into the distance. It just sounds so far away, which it is. But it just adds so much to everything. Hearing the scales. Like, that is so cool. But yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna keep working on the game. I don't know when the next devlog is going to be. Oh yeah, I've got a logo and stuff now. You'll see that on the thumbnail. But I mean, this is the game so far. If you would like, you can join the Discord down below so you can actually kind of see the development as it's happening rather than waiting 100 years for me to upload a video, because that is probably going to happen. It's probably going to be another 100 years before I upload a video just because that's me. I always do that. I say, oh, I'm going to upload a video every day, whatever. I'm probably not. The next video will probably just be like another time lapse or something, just because I'll see that it's been 2 weeks since the last video, and I'll be like, I need to make a video. So I'll pop open Blender and model something. Like, that's kind of how those time lapses came to be. But I really like those time lapses. They're really relaxing. So if you guys haven't seen them, you should go check them out. But anyways, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.